So let's start with the sinus Dallian practice. First thing we want to do is we want to rub our hands together, get them nice and warm. Then using the base of the thumb, rub up alongside the nose. And the practice says do most of these for 9 times. But in my feeling has always been you want to do it as many times as it just seems right. Use your intuition. On this one especially, you want to just keep rubbing until it feels nice and warm. Good. Then most of these we're going to use our middle finger. I like to use the middle finger in terms of activating any kind of acupressure point, because the middle finger has the pericardium meridian coming down the arm, and going to the fingertip. Whereas, for example, we tend to use our index finger. That's the large intestine. It starts there and it goes up this side. So I prefer to use a meridian that's sending the energy. So I take my middle finger, I'm going to put it in just below the nose here, just on either side of the nose. And you can even kind of take your index finger if you want a little extra pressure and put it on top of that. And just kind of rub that. This is large intestine 20. This is the terminus of the large intestine meridian. As we said, comes from the index finger and moves up the arm, the shoulder, around the side of the head, and finishes here. Uh-oh, I have to put that all back up. Then we're going to come up to what's called Welcome Fragrance 21. Just upper welcome fragrance. Some people call it stomach 21, but that's really incorrect. So that's going to be right up here at the on the septum of the nose here. And you're just going to find that point where it's a little sensitive and then go ahead and rub that. Then come back down to lower welcome fragrance. Breathe in and out through the nose, nice deep breaths. Come back up to upper welcome fragrance. We do this combination 3 times. Back down to lower welcome fragrance. And back up to upper welcome fragrance. Hopefully, when we're talking about acupressure points, that's making a lot more sense. Last week, we spent a lot of time, both Friday and Saturday, tracing the meridians. So hopefully they'll start to make a lot more sense now that you know where they go. Then the next point we're going to go for is the Yin Tang Point. It's an extraordinary point. It's not on a particular meridian. It's between the eyebrows. Some people call it the third eye point. And again, don't worry too much about if you got it exactly, because by turning these circles, you're stimulating the point. Just keep breathing in and out through the nose. Hopefully starting to feel the sinus is clear. Then again, using the base of the thumbs, we're going to start on the inside of the eyebrows, push all on that bone to the outside of the eyebrows, and do that 9 times. Good. Great, good. The next one we're going to do is opening the septum. So we're going to grab here. We're going to breathe in as we kind of pull it down. And then we're going to relax both the pulling as we breathe out. So we breathe in, again, 9 times. Good. Hopefully you're feeling clearer already. The final point in the Dallian practice is large intestine 4. So we're following the bone of the index finger up into this bulge. If we squeeze the 2, we get a bulge here. So about halfway into the bulge, I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to wrap them around my hand so that then the thumb goes right into that bulge. About midway, pushing up against the bone of the index finger, and move it around a little bit till you find a point that I call like a wake-up point. It's sensitive. That's going to be the large intestine 4, Hegu point. This is a point that is used very often for muscle spasms, headaches. Good. Couple extra points. That's the entire Dallian practice. And hopefully by just doing those, you feel clear and better. A couple other points that you may want to try. Bladder 2, at the beginning of your eyebrows. You can see when we did this practice, we were already stimulating, but you can take your finger, go right to the beginning of the eyebrows. You'll find that little sensitive point there and just rub in there. Most of these are designed to stop runny nose, sinus congestion. And we're going to come down to stomach 18. The easy way to find stomach 18 is using the index finger. It's just easier. Go to the outside of your eyebrows. Then drop straight down from the cheekbone till you get just below the cheekbone. You'll feel a dip there. And that should put it just below the level of the bottom of your nose. And again, push up into the bone just a little bit, and you should feel a sensitive point there. This is specifically for swollen sinuses, runny nose. Then another point that's good for sinus pressure is gallbladder 20. See me okay? Good. So you're going to feel along the ridge here where the skull meets the neck. You're going to go under that ridge, and you're going to go out to where you're going to feel a little protrusion here coming down from the skull. We're going to stay just inside that protrusion, taking our thumbs and just turning circles in there. This is gallbladder 20. Gallbladder 20 is used for quite a number of different issues, but getting rid of that sinus pressure in this case is why we're using it. Good. Then we did the large intestine 4. I want to go to lung 9. So we're staying on the thumb, but we're going to go on the inside. So you're going to look for the crease here And just below the crease, see I got a crease here, just below that crease, there's a little dip there. And just go in that dip. I like to wrap the hand around the wrist. That puts the thumb right in the right place, turn small circles. So lung 9 is really more for throat issues that you get from, dripping. So this may not be one that you want to use unless you specifically have like a scratchy throat or something along those lines. Then lung 5 is a very good one. So on the inside of the arm, on the upper part, we're going to go into the crease of the elbow, just below where that muscle is. And again, just take your hand, wrap it around the elbow, put the thumb in there, and just turn some nice circles. This also is for runny nose, for sinus issues. Good. And then the final point that I'm going to recommend is liver 3. Liver 3 we've used a lot for anxiety, especially. But it actually works very nicely for headaches and pain around the eyes. The eyes are connected to the liver. They're both part of the 5-element theory that it's connected to the springs. That's why we talk about it a lot. Let me see if I can get my foot up here high enough. Actually, what I'll do is I'll lower the camera. Still not low enough. There we go. So we're going to follow between the big toe and the second toe in this groove here. We're going to go up into the groove. And again, you should feel it's a little sensitive there. And you can do both feet. Just come in. Just move it around a little till you find that sensitive point. A lot of people use this to help them go to sleep. Because like I say, it does relieve anxiety. That's one of the main issues for doing this point. But for us in this practice now, doing it for dealing with sinus issues. So let's get back here. Good. So that's acupressure and Dallian for the sinuses. Before we start, if you have any questions, please jump on, unmute yourself. Otherwise, we will start our practice. Good. All right. So let's now go into the Woojie Stance. Feet about shoulder width apart. Facing comfortably forward. Knees relaxed, slightly bent. Bring the hips forward so the tailbone points to the floor. Feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating the spine. Bring the chin down and in just a bit. If you like, many masters that practice QiGong will tell you, put the tongue to the roof of the mouth. It helps establish a better connection between the Du meridian and the Ren meridian that connect right at the roof of your mouth. It's not something that you have to focus on or worry about if you don't. It's just an added benefit if you can remember to do that. Let your shoulders drop down, come slightly forward, allowing the arms just to hang a little bit away from the body. Breathing in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in, let the abdomen expand outward, pulling the breath all the way down to that area we call the lower dantian, lower energy center. Place where we house our vitality chi, our prenatal chi. We pause, and then with the exhalation, the abdomen contracts back towards the spine, pushing the breath all the way up and out the nose, allowing it to act like a bellows. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Focus on the breath. Let all your other thoughts just fade away. Don't try to clear the mind. It's not possible. Just bring it down to one thought if you can, one focus, that being the breath. Begin to feel your feet making contact with the ground, connecting all the way down to the center of the earth. Feel the earth rising up to support you, to merge with you. Just take a couple more deep breaths here and just let yourself relax. Bring your hands in front of you, palms up. As we inhale, we're bringing the energy up through the soles of our feet, up the legs, up the torso as our hands float upward. They get to about the head height. They turn over till their palms up. They push upward as you look forward. We pause, and then we breathe out. We rotate the hands back down. Buddha holds up the earth. So we breathe in, sending that energy up and out to the heavens, pausing, taking energy from the heavens, the universe, bringing it down the body, sending it all the way down into the ground. Activating that central line. A couple more in your own pace. One more time. And then stop with both hands up above the head. Leaving your left hand up, let your right hand drop, palm down. Push them apart. Then breathing out, turn so the pinkies are facing the body, back of the hands cross, and then we separate. So we breathe in as they come together, and breathe out as they separate. One more time each side. And we're going to do the same, but as we come up, we're going to turn to the opposite side and feel that stretch all along the side of the body. Then come back to the center as the hands cross, and then turn to the opposite side. Spring associated with the wood element. The yin organ is the liver. The yang organ is the gallbladder. So by twisting, we stimulate those organs. This is a time for taking all of that energy that we've stored during the winter and allowing it to come forth. One more time each side. Good. Bring them down in front of you. Bring your hands down in front of you. Palms facing. As you breathe in, let them expand outward a couple of inches. Breathe out, let them come back to the starting point. Relax the fingers and hands. Just let them float. Try to feel the energy coming out of the palms, the Qigong points, building an energy ball, a chi ball, between your hands. Good. Now stop moving and just hold on to that energy ball. So you can roll it around a little bit. See if you can notice something of substance in your hands. We're going to take that ball. We're going to bring it in to the body, just below the hips. Going to lift it up the back, up over the head, and then down the front of the body. So we pause, we breathe in as it goes up. Pause, breathe out as it goes down. Especially stimulating here the dew meridian coming up the back and the ren meridian coming up the front. Also known as the governing vessel in the back and the conception vessel in the front. We're trying to make a big loop here called the microcosmic orbit. So start to feel that energy coming up, all the way starting from the peritoneum, up your back. Feel the hairs on the back of your neck kind of stand up as it comes up to the top of the head, and then just feel it cascade down your face, down your torso, back to the peritoneum. Use the breath to help stimulate and move the energy. Let's add another element to this. You pause, squeeze the peritoneum. Push the energy up the spine to the top of the head, then relax it. And just let that energy cascade down. So the pelvic floor gets pulled upward, acting like a turkey baster. Pushing that energy all the way up the backbone, up to the top of the head. And then you relax and just let it stream down the front of your body. And hopefully you can feel that. And if you're comfortable with that, you think you can feel the energy moving, or you can visualize it, which is fine too. Visualize light coming up the spine, lighting up each vertebra, and then cascading like a sparkly curtain down your front. And if you feel comfortable with that, stop moving the hands. Leave the hands holding that ball down in front of the lower dantian. Continue to squeeze the pelvic floor and relax it, helping move the energy with the breath. Again, you can picture that warm, loving light coming up the spine and cascading down the front of the body. Now try to do it without squeezing the pelvic floor. Let the breath just help it move. And if that's comfortable, try not to even focus on the breath. Just let the energy move as it wishes. So it may make this circuit faster than your breath, or slower than your breath, or it may continue to follow the same pacing as your breathing. Just let it do what it needs to at the speed it needs to. Now, without putting the brakes on it, just allow it to slow down gradually until it comes to a stop and settles in the lower dantian. Good, now we're kind of going to do reverse motion, taking that chi ball, Lift it up in front of you. Bring it down to the top of the head, down the torso, down to the hips. Let the energy continue to move down the legs, out the bottom of the feet into the ground as you bring the ball forward and start again. We're going to breathe in as we come up. Pause, breathe out as we go down. Good. When you feel like you're ready, as you come up, turn to your left side, step out with the heel, and push the energy down that leg into the ground, bring it around, lean back onto the right leg. So go down the body, we lean forward. We lean back as it comes down. Turning the prayer wheel. Always staying within your comfort zone. Should never feel any pain or discomfort with any of these postures. Limit the motion so that you're comfortable and the energy flows freely. And then when you're ready, as you're coming up, turn back to the center. Take a couple of turns here. And then we're going to turn to the right. And then when you're ready, we're going to turn back to the middle. Just take a couple of turns here. And then stop holding that chi ball in front of you. Staying with a wide stance. Turn the ball over so that your left hand is on the bottom. I'm sorry, left hand is on the bottom, right hand is on top. We're going to take the left hand, we're going to like serve as we turn towards the back. The right hand comes up, palm up over the top of your head. Then we come back, grabbing that chi ball, turning it over, and now going to the opposite side. Dragon twist. One more time each side. Good. Now this time we're going to serve it. We're then going to drop down Take the other hand, come over the top of the head. And then come back down. Grabbing that chi ball, come around to the opposite side. And drop down. The leopard. One more time each side. Good, bring it around, get the chi ball. Bring the stance in just a bit. Turn it so your left hand is on the bottom, right hand is on top. The left hand is going to come out like you're throwing a frisbee, while the right hand pushes down. Then we're going to come back, take that chi ball, and reverse. Nice, simple variation of parting the horse's mane. One more time each side. Come back to the center. Holding that chi ball. Turn to your left. Lift the chi ball up. Cross the wrists as you go back. And then bring it down. Around. Princess on the mountaintop. One more time, then we're going to switch sides. Sweep them down, around the opposite side, back, forward. One more time. Come back to the center. Bring your left hand up with a slight curve in it, facing the heart. Right hand facing the lower dantian, the abdomen, also with a curve to it. Going to turn to the left, focusing on that upper palm. Then we're going to let that upper palm float down, the lower palm float up. Now stare at that upper palm come across. Now, as that upper palm drops down, focus on the horizon, and then refocus on the upper palm as it comes into position and moves across. Cloud hands. Feel that energetic connection between the palm and the dantians. And we break that connection and reestablish the connection once the hands are in position. Try to make it nice and smooth, not robotic. Let's change it up a little this time. Let the hands move further than the body. So instead of just staying in front of the body, it tends to go off to the side a little bit. Just kind of let it flow. One more time each side. Come back to the center. Bring the hands up, fingertips pointing at each other, nice rounded arms. Embracing the tree. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, let them drop down. Keep the hands in front of the chest. If that becomes uncomfortable, drop it down to lower, embrace the tree. And then when you're ready, you can come back up. We're not going to hold it for long, but obviously a good posture for the wood element. Drop the hands down, facing the earth. Take your right hand, put it behind you, palm out, over the area we call the Ming Men. The left arm is going to reach across the body, then come up across the body as it goes up. Going to pluck a star, spread the stardust across the sky, bring it back to the center, and bring it down into our body. And then we switch. The other hand comes out, cross, spread. Plucking the Big Dipper to form, plucking a star to form the Big Dipper from the QiGong. One more time each side. Another one from the QiGong. Nine ghosts drawing swords. So we're going to take our, and I'll not mirror you for a moment. We're going to take our right hand, put it behind, like we did before, palm out on the Ming Men point. Take the left hand, bring it to the base of your skull, so it's supporting the skull on the neck. So I'll mirror you. We're going to go up with the elbows. We follow it with our eyes, up and back as we twist. Then we're going to come down only as low as comfortable. So you can come across just like at chest height, or come all the way down to almost knee height. So we breathe in as we come up and back. Pause. Breathe out as you come down across. And then pause. Focus on the opening and then compressing the sides of the body, stimulating especially the liver and gallbladder. One more time, then we'll switch. Down. And as you come up, switch. One more time. Come up, leave the hand behind the head. Bring the other hand behind the head. We're going to bow down. And as we bow down, we're going to tap with the index finger right at the base of the skull there, with our hands over our ears. So we're just going to bend forward, nice flat back, and tap. Breathe in as you go up and opening the ears. Breathe out as you close. One more time. Good. Bring down the heavens. Gather the energy in your palms as you breathe in. Breathe out, pushing energy down through the top of the head, down the torso, down the legs into the ground. Twice more. Bring your feet close together, one palm over the other. Feel the energy surging out of the palms into the lower dantian. And then spiraling up and down the body, filling every part of the body with that wondrous energy. Rub the palms together. Put them towards your face, not touching the face, though if you want to, that's fine. We'll do that in a moment, though. Just feel that energy penetrating the skin. Turn a lazy circle around. Massaging the skin, the organs of the face. Stimulating all of those acupressure points that we stimulated. And reverse. And placing your heels of your hands on your cheekbone, fingers on your forehead. Do not make contact with your eyes. Just feel that energy penetrating the eyes, the whole area around the nose, the sinuses. Breathe that in. Come up over the head, behind the ears, to the chin. Wash the face a couple of times. Then let the hands come down the chin, the jawline, to the heart. Just take a moment to stand in gratitude for all the things that you have in your life. Take a nice deep breath and allow yourself to feel love for yourself, forgiveness, another nice deep breath and hold on to those feelings and take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.